Let's go in. Handbrake's on. Low. Diffs. And then we can go. Alright.
Gradys Creek Road. Gets steep pretty quick.
See?
Straight into it. First?
Yeah, I'm first. Goodness me. This is ridiculously slow.
It's alright, it gets steep.
Just down the bottom there, it looks like it's been a bit graded.
No, it's so sorry. It looks of it.
Some work's definitely been done.
There. Probably got a bit rutted. They seem to grade a lot of the trucks now.
Hello everyone.
Howdy.
We're on a wood run actually. So I'm like, Steve, let's do this with a wood run. Straight into it.
Yeah, straight off the tarmac and straight into it.
Yeah.
Steep downhill.
And we've been driving around Tasmania for the last week, and that's just bitumen and dirt roads. We didn't go looking for tracks. So now I'm like, gotta remember what to do. Got everything on. This looks, so it does look like it's just been recently, fairly recently, graded. So it could actually be a bit slippy in the wet, I think. What do you think?
It's starting to make some tracks now.
Yeah, that top bit though, I've gone really slowly. I probably don't need to go this slow. But it's first thing in the morning and I need to wake up. Fill you with confidence.
Yeah.
Is that the last of the steep bit?
I think it's still one more, isn't it?
Okay, well let's just go to second for this bit. This bit doesn't look bad.
It still goes all the way down that.
Yeah. Just stay in second. So we're just doing a little loop really. We're on a club trip, but we've come out early. And everyone else will be arriving today. Like that looks. I reckon this would be fair slippy in the wet. Just because there's mud all over the road. So we don't want to be, it's the weekend before Anzac. Last weekend of the Easter holidays. So we don't want to be gone too long because we're trying to kind of save a spot for 5 cars. 5 more cars on top of our 2. That's alright. So let's hope that the quick wood run doesn't turn into a 5-hour marathon. Right, we drive. Little creek. Gorgeous weather. Straight up, here we go. As usual, I've lowered my tyre pressures. I've got 23. Got my new tyres. What tyres are they? Other than round black ones, what are they?
BF Goodrich all-terrain TAs.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be okay. Like I said, we've just done Tasmania. By the time you watch this, you should have seen the trip video that I did, and I think I might put Jacob's Ladder up as well, because Jacob's Ladder was awesome.
Yeah, that was good fun.
It's like short, but just, if you go to Tasmania, okay, this bit's steep. Rocky though. Go to Tasmania, Jacob's Ladder for sure.
Yeah. Not four-wheel driving, but it's just fun.
Beautiful views.
Awesome views. Just depends on what day you go on to what view you get.
Yes, we went on one day in the afternoon and then we decided to camp up there because it was foggy, misty, you couldn't see anything. And we were so lucky because when we woke up we had weather like this, and so we got the gorgeous views. So it was worth camping there for it at altitude in the cold.
Yeah.
And we saw a quoll on Ben Lomond National Park. Anyway, this has got bags of grip. This bit doesn't look like it's been as recently. It has been graded. It
has been graded.
It doesn't appear as recent. I don't know. Oh, I don't know that bit there in the rain. There's definitely rock underneath, but there is this fine layer of mud that's been spread all over the track. Ugh. That's steep. That would be fun in the wet. What are we coming up to here?
Bit of rock.
Bit of rock step. That little section there would be interesting in the wet. If you did this track in the wet,
yeah, for sure.
I think that would be a struggle to get up.
No, it'd be fun.
It would be fun, but I reckon, for instance, I don't have any lockers. I've just got the factory diff lock, central diff lock. I'd probably have to have winched up that little rocky ledge there. I don't think I'd get much traction from that. Supposed to be looking for wood. Got distracted by the track. We don't want to pick up wood yet, do we?
No. Don't want to stop on a hill like this.
No. But if we don't find any wood, we could just come back and get wood here right at the start. It's probably a bit green if it's just been dozed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Always makes me laugh watching people in the bush at camps. They've got a bit of wood that's got green leaves on it. Yeah, it'll burn eventually. It'll be hard to burn and you're not going to get much heat out of it. You need to be aiming for stuff that's been down a good while. Like I do firewood collection. I have a log burner at home and I leave that wood to sit for 1.5 years before I burn it. Same principle out here. You don't want to burn fresh wood.
Got the smoke as well.
And the smoke. Oh, the smoke is like acid. This looks like this would be. Oh, this is a bit chopped up here. We're in the ruts there. Come on. Yeah, this has definitely been recent, I think.
Yeah.
All of this. I don't think I'd want to do this track in the wet with this.
Yeah, give it a little while for it to wash away.
Yeah. There are definitely some steep sections that would be slippy in the wet. I mean, as you know, I don't like driving in the wet, I don't like driving in the mud, I don't like getting stuck. I mean, what is it that I like about four-wheel driving?
Not a lot. It's got to be perfect conditions.
It's got to be perfect, blue sky, clear, dry.
Not too dry because it's too dusty then.
Yeah, not too dry. Whoop. But I don't want to drive in the wet either because it does, you know, as soon as you get stuck in the wet, then you start ripping up the tracks as well and just makes everything worse. Oh, this bit looks like that would be an interesting corner in the wet. I reckon you might not stop coming down.
It's starting to look a bit more clayey.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm glad that it's dry.
Yeah.
Because you'd be straight off into that.
You'd be on the side.
And you'd be on the side in all the shit. Bump there. I mean, there's rock underneath, but the dozer's just brought all the mud from the side where they've obviously, it's like a fire break or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
clearing from the side. It's just all over the track.
And that part's definitely all clay.
Yeah. Can't see.
Somebody got that bit yet?
Got no idea if there's any down on this track or whether it's all up. That looks nice and dry. This bit doesn't.
The very first part was down.
Oh yeah, down and across the little creek. This bit doesn't look as recent again, and the track looks way better. Stories from Tasmania that I could actually talk about on film. Not sure there is. Not sure there is. You. Oh!
GoPro.
Hold up, everybody.
How'd you go, dog?
Dog's strapped in.
Yep.
She's wet. She keeps going in the river every time. She's in the river. Okay, well that's never happened before. Tell you what, we did drive up through. I don't know what the valley's called, but it's where Blue Pools is, just north of Braigalong. I've never driven up there, and what a beautiful valley. There's tons of camping spots.
Yeah.
Blue Pools and I think Frome.
Something like that.
It's closed at the moment. They're all getting refurbed, so we did see bushfire, forest fire management, and they were refurbing everything. That was beautiful though. I'd quite happily go and camp there for a weekend, base camp, go look around. Beautiful river.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What the hell?
You might need to wipe it.
Maybe.
The surface.
Maybe. Hold up, I've got a toilet roll in here. Unbelievable. These things, as you all know, I have a love-hate relationship with my GoPro anyway. That's probably enough. Try again.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah. It must be because I didn't wipe it, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, bit of dust on it.
I mean, I have stuck this. The mount is a GoPro mount. This one is not gaffer taped. The old videos were just gaffer taped on with a really cheap mount. This is an actual GoPro mount, and I have had it on the side of the motorbike going fairly quick and it's not come off. So it must just be a bit of dust. But anyway, I think we are kind of ridgeline driving.
Ridgeline.
Kind. Well, okay, it's a vague ridgeline, a wide ridgeline.
Yeah.
we're doing Haunted Stream tomorrow. With the club. And that will be interesting because I have driven Haunted Stream before. It will be on the channel. It's probably one of the really early ones. It'll probably have ×3 speed sections on it and everything. There'll be no commentary. It's probably a terrible video now. But a lot has happened to Haunted Stream track since I last drove it. It's had a lot of work done on it, so I'm intrigued to see what it's like. And I felt like the first time I did it, I nearly died, is how I felt.
I haven't done it before, so.
Yes, so we'll be intrigued to see if the death drop is still there. I had to have Carmen from the club stood next to me, just like, your wheels are pointing that way, take your feet off the brakes. I'm like, I can't do it. So we'll see. That's tomorrow. Yeah, this bit's muddy. At least it's flat. About 2/3 of the way along the track. I reckon I know you wouldn't, but I definitely want to chicken out of this track if it was wet. This is not the track for me.
Yep.
Too much mud. For those of you that have watched, I don't know, it was a really long video, what was it, Williams logging track. It was long and fairly easy. I was talking about my new awning. Got a super peg awning on the car, and so we've used that for the whole week in Tasmania.
Yep.
And it did well. Getting the hang of pegging it down so it doesn't flip right over the roof rack like it did the first time I opened it up in the wind. Goes to show actually how tough that joint is.
Yeah.
Because I have folded my awning, brand new awning, in half over the top of the roof and it didn't break. So it can. I have broken bits, but it's still usable. Anyway, it stood up well. I need to move it, drop it down a touch. Steve's going to make me some brackets.
Monday.
Tomorrow on Wednesday when he goes back to work. As well as my little, remember I want the little thing that tells me how steep I am, a little stick.
Yeah.
What's it called? An inclinometer.
Swell.
I want an inclinometer that I attach to the bonnet that just gives a bit of a visual as to how steep the track is. And yeah, you can buy them, but they're just not going to be visible enough on the screen. So I just want a little stick with 2 red sticks that flat out if I'm on an angle. Steve here's going to make me one. At least I'm not stuck behind anyone. We are on our own. I should probably have mentioned that. There is nobody with us.
Single car.
Oh, something got killed there. A load of fluff. Single car.
My car's back at the campsite.
Yeah.
All set up.
It's all set up. The awning's pegged down, so
Decided to leave my car there.
one car.
We're only doing a wooden run.
Yeah. So the loop we're doing is basically from Dargo, Gradys Creek Road, which is what this is, down to hit the Wanangata River and then back. And so the next couple of tracks is where we hope to find some wood. Oh, big hole. And this is we're nearly at the end of this. There's a lot of clay around, which doesn't fill me with much confidence coming down Maguire's track on the other side. first half at least. That would definitely be interesting. Any kind of moisture. But there is some grip under there, you just have to find it. Nice and open, nothing low hanging, nothing coming in at the sides. So the main point of caution is definitely the clay surface. Everything else is okay. And even that steep bit, I wouldn't say that was steep.
I've driven steep.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
If you haven't watched the Sullivan's track video, that is actually damn steep. I would have put very steep on that track. That was very steep and rocky.
Yeah.
Just for a really short section, but it's enough.
A couple of sections in it was steep, a couple of separate sections.
Yeah, it's enough to make my heart was pounding getting up there.
Why is that?
But we did get stuck last time.
The previous time we did it.
But I think if we hadn't done it before, and if we had just done it that one time where we got up there, I think I still would have been like, oh my god, this is really steep.
Yeah. Oh, it was genuinely steep. So.
That
Concludes that.
is Gradys Creek Road. That's interesting because look, that sign says Gibraltar Range Road, and on the map it calls it Mount Hurley Road.
Yeah.
So
No one.
who knows what's going on there. Right, alright everybody, there you go. That's that track done.
Cool.
I'm in park.